What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode with AB Investments. Yeah, I know you're getting a really late episode here. Why? Because AB stayed up from last night all the way through pre-market. Then I had to make my morning prayers and prepare for fasting. I drank enough water, which couldn't put me back to sleep. And then CPI data got reported like 2 hours after, so I had to stay up. Then I stayed up through it. Was making day trades. Amazing time, as I've been telling you guys for the past 10 days to prepare for. And it was an amazing day, bunch of opportunities around. As I always say, volatility is your best friend, my friend. And we got that today, as far as if you're a day trader. And then stayed up all the way until like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then I just couldn't stay up. I just crashed after that. I was content with the trades that I made. I was happy with everything I've done. And then I just crashed and woke up when it was time to break my fast. Shame on me, right? And after I broke my fast, I was just in the twilight zone all the way until this point now. I was like, I got to come out and speak to the family. So here we are. CPI data, if you're wondering, was reported. It showed that the feds were able to bring it down very, very actually big, in a big way. But you got to keep your eyes on one thing. The core CPI went up in the opposite direction, which means soon you're going to be preparing for rough times coming in, because the feds are going to be boasting through from now all the way until the FOMC meeting. You're going to have nothing new with the market. It's going to be very volatile, probably even more volatile than what it was before. And this is the broad market, not pertaining just particular to AMC, which we'll speak to in just about a few more seconds. But they will use this whole data to either inflate and deflate the markets back and forth. Like you'll hear some similar news like this. Oh, the feds are having a good time. They are actually on the right path of bringing down inflation. As you can see, they brought it down in the month of March. So therefore, the markets, so therefore they might pivot in the next FOMC meeting. Might. And some Fed members will speak in that demeanor and stuff like that. The problem is, when they say that, the markets are going to translate that as in good news, bullish news, and then you'll have the inflation effect happen. And then the very next day, or another XYZ day, they will report that even while the feds were able to bring down inflation, but it's still not at the 2% rate that they're after. So therefore, there's still a high chance that they're going to hike the rates another 25 basis points. Personally, and this is just my personal opinion, it's inevitable. I think that they are going to hike the rates another 25 basis points in this upcoming FOMC meeting. Write down in the comment section what you think about that, if you agree with that, or you got other thoughts about the matter. Maybe you can educate us as well about it, or maybe you can inform us. With that also being said, now let's flip over to AMC. AMC, cost to borrow, still sky high. The short interest that is reported on it, as far as I saw last and seeing what is being reported, we are at the highest ever short interest that we have been at. So at any given time, anything can go belly up, boop, and it goes crazy. Some people have been asking me questions about those two articles about the unusual activity as far as the calls and the puts that have been purchased on AMC. I just want to quickly let you know that somebody who buys over 700,000 calls and whatever the other 700,000 plus puts, that's somebody who's in the magnitude of being obviously a market maker or some big player like a major bank. That's like an interactive broker in their respective habitat, I guess, like a Citigroup or somebody like that. You see what I'm saying? Or Bank of America, somebody like that. But when they do stuff like this, is to basically do exercising and to basically controlling price throughout crazy times. So what is that indicating? That with all the stuff that we have as far as evidence that are racking up cost to borrow, interest, short interest, these things all kind of align. Now you have a better case for understanding that, yes, indeed, something really major is most likely going to happen soon and probably go down. Now, is the lawsuit in the background holding things up for that thing? Well, we'll see that very soon, and I sure do hope so. And I even hope that this lawsuit could even result in many things, like as far as getting a full share recount and all that stuff, and lead to many other great things that could be to the best interest of us as far as investors. If you haven't read the denying motion from the judge, it was very amazing. The judge saw that, hey, you can't just speed up this process and go and start giving out real shares and issue an extra payment because of the settlement amount, and issue that without the other parties having, like the other class investors have the opportunity to basically be informed about this and all that. So you can't just quick get this over with and do it very fast. So that's why the judge denied it. Go read it. It's just about 6 pages. I implore you to read it. It's not that long. It's an amazing thing. And hopefully you're also going good with your letters as well to the judge. Now, one thing I want to finish this video with, because again, we're day to day, moment to moment, and tomorrow I'll meet you guys obviously at a much earlier point in the day, hopefully with another video, and we'll stay up to date. But I want to leave you guys with one thing. You got to remember, while these numbers are very exotic, cost to borrow and the way that it works is, yes, while it's at 800%, 1,000% and all that stuff, but they only pay that amount for as long as they are in possession of those shares and not return them. So for example, if somebody borrows those 200,000 plus shares, you were walking around and you stumbled on Stonko Tracker and you saw there's like 200, 300,000 shares, and they borrowed them at the fee of whatever, 840% or 850%. They would be paying on that for as long as they're holding these shares. If they return those shares at the end of the day, then they're technically looking at something more like, oh, okay, like what? We may have some mathematicians in the house here, and you can put it, but it's be somewhere around like whatever, $25,000, $28,000 of a tap fee. That for big time hedge funds, that fee is well worth the payout or the amount to pay, rather than having to get completely margined and getting screwed if the price goes up and pay out. So they'll pay $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 a day, then to pay perhaps even a lot worse just to tame the price and maintain it where it's at. If they were to lose control on the price, obviously they got the help of the market makers, the dark pools spoofing the buy orders, limiting the basically the volume on it. So therefore, again, they have all the advantages and all the other side is aligned in one side. So we will speak tomorrow. We'll see what will happen tomorrow. Great things are on the horizons for us, family. So with that being said, much love, AB Investments.